Hey guys, so I'm just in here. I'm going to clean up some of my Photoshop files that I created for the Dabbling Developer. I noticed when I put up my Dabbling Developer awesome logo, it had all sorts of little things that I forgot to erase. So I'm just going to switch those out and clean it up and then maybe create a new file for my streaming. Um, I'm going to start streaming, Roblox stuff, different stuff you guys want to see, maybe play some games here and there. Maybe some Photoshop tutorials if that's what you guys are interested in. So just let me know what you want, what you need, and I'll get it to you. So I'm just going to open up something that I was working on recently. So open recent. I'm going to go down here and see if I can find it. I have all sorts of client stuff in here as well. So if you see something that looks crazy, that's why. So I have my YouTube header art, but I want the Dabbling Developer logo. Is it even in here? YouTube user thumbnail, is that? There it is. Okay. Command plus, zoom in, and then I'm going to grab the motion here, and I'm going to be able to drag this around. Whoop. And I can drag around the objects, which I don't want to do. I actually want to grab the eraser, and I'm going to scroll around the screen here to find pieces that I think I might have forgotten to erase or just missed when I erased it. And they're kind of hard to see with this transparent background, so I'm going to go ahead and drop a background in the back of it. So I'm going to grab a new layer way down here in the corner. You probably can't see it because my face cam is covering it up. But I got a new layer here. I'm going to change this layer to a background. So it's been a while since I messed around in Photoshop, so bear with me here. Actually, if I come up here, layer, let's new background from layer. Okay, there we go. And then this blue is actually a perfect color because I can see the little pieces like this right here, way up in the corner here. That I forgot to erase, and I don't know if that's probably from, let's zoom out a bit here. So this is the white, so that's probably from the white here. So if I click on the white D, which is this one right here, if I click on the white D, I could actually click right there and try to erase it. And it's not letting me. Maybe it's from the black one. No. Is it from this? Nope. Is it from this? There it is. All right, just click around until something works. And then that little piece here. This little piece here. See, where else did I miss? Oh, this right here, that's hideous. This right here. It's mostly white that I missed. I think that's because I had that transparent background. I didn't drop a background in here after I was done just to make sure I cleaned everything up. That's looking much better already. There's just still a few things here and there. Not sure where that's coming from. You might not even be able to see that on the screen. It's so small. But I know. I see it. I want to fix it. Maybe it's actually on my physical monitor? Maybe. I don't know. Yep, that was on my screen itself. All right. We're off to a good start here, guys. Nope. There's that missing piece right here. Come on. I think it's time for me to clean my screen, huh? If I'm scraping things off the screen that I'm thinking I'm erasing. This might be... Oh, there we go. Okay, clean that piece up. Let's try changing the color of this background. Let's see if that helps at all. Right click. Well, I guess blue's working okay for us, mostly because I can't figure out how to change it. Man, it's been long since I was working in Photoshop. I mean, the logo looks cool. It even looks cool with the blue in the background. If I could adjust that a little bit, that might be a cool screen. But I'm going to go ahead and just save this. Command S. And then I'm going to go ahead and export it. Export. Quick export as PNG. Oh, wait, no. I got to get rid of that background first. Unclick the background. All right, Command S, save that. File, export, quick export as PNG. And YouTube user thumbnail.png. Save. I'm going to replace the one that was in the file because this one looks cleaner. All right, and it's saved in there. You can see I have some of my Roblox stuff here. I have some artwork too that I'm creating for Roblox, for the Roblox tutorials. I'm hoping you guys are checking those out. What else should I make? Maybe a stream as starting screen. All right, so we'll do File, New, and I want a 1280 by 720 because I stream in 720 just because I want to make sure you guys get the smoothest video possible. 1080p is awesome. 4K would even be better, but the internet here isn't perfect, and I am using the MacBook Pro, which isn't the strongest machine out there. So I'm going to do stream starting art. All right, and it's 1280 by 720. Hit OK. All right. And just a blank template. This is going to be what the screen is. It looks really small on the screen because I'm using a Retina display, so 1280 by 720 is really tiny on a Retina. I've actually been trying to record some stuff for my other job, Hackington's, and if I do it in 720, if I use the monitor on the MacBook Pro here, the screen, because the video has to be shot in 720, the screen is actually so small I can't use it. So I went and got another monitor that I use to shoot because it's a 1280 or 1920 by 1080. It's a regular 1080 display, so 1280 by 720. Actually, you can see stuff, especially with Scratch with the blocks and everything. So let's go ahead. What should I put as my artwork here? Maybe something techie. So let's open up Chrome here. I'm going to grab a new tab, drag it in, and let's see. Let's try Pixabay because they offer a lot of cool free images. All their stuff is free. Some of it has some rights on it, but it's like if you use it anywhere, that just let us know or comment, give us credit somewhere. But for the most part, it's just free. As you can see, over 770,000 free stock photos and illustrations and stuff. So I'm just going to grab, let's try some code. Zippers? What? And shoes? Yeah, that's totally coding. What are you doing, Pixabay? And frogs inside zippers? Why is that code? How does that have anything to do with code? Let's see the text. Frog, bad zip, open, funny, cute, sweet. Yep, one of those says code. Oh my goodness. All right. That one's kind of cool. I like that one too. This one's nice. It doesn't really match my colors though. That's cool. I do a lot of web stuff. That's kind of what my specialty is. I love web programming, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I even know a little bit of Node and Express.js. This one's kind of cool. As a loading screen image, it's not bad. And it's got some CSS in the background. Let's see if I can fancy this up and get this one to work. So I'm going to save image as, and I am going to save it into my Dabbling Developer folder here. And let's just do start artwork background. Super long name, but I like to be specific with them so I know what it is, and so I can't overwrite it later. Go ahead and hit save. And then I'm going to take that image, which you can see down here in my downloads, and I'm just going to drag it into Photoshop. All right. Well, the aspect ratio doesn't quite work, but I could probably change this background color to be the same color here. So let's go to background. Or actually, we have to click that into place. Yes, I want that there. Go to background. We're going to layer from background, turn it into a layer. We're just going to layer 0. That's fine. And a layer allows us to change the color of it and change some blending, the blending options here. Where a background, it's just a single color. You can't really adjust it at all because it's supposed to just sit in the background and be ignored. So we're going to do a color overlay, and we're going to grab a color here. And if I can remember how to do this correctly, I want to... How do I just grab... I want the eyedropper. Does it have it here? Oh yeah, if I just hover over the darn thing, it grabs the eyedropper. So I'm going to grab that color there. Oh, that totally worked. Hey, what do you know? I can do some stuff sometimes. All right, let's save that because that's a good color. And we're going to save the Photoshop file as Stream Starting Art Photoshop inside the Dabbling Developer folder. I should probably clean this up later because I'm just saving stuff just randomly sitting in here. Save. All right, so let's go ahead. I want to make sure that it says live stream starting soon. Maybe some of the links to my Twitter, my Instagram, my YouTube channel. If you haven't figured out, I'm streaming on YouTube. If you haven't found my YouTube channel yet, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably in trouble. So I'm going to grab some text here. I'm just going to say, oh, it's that same color. I need to change the color of the text. What color should I do? Well, I have black and white for the logo itself. So let's just go ahead and throw some black in here. Probably not green. That's probably not a good color, right? Or maybe a blue. And we'll start with black, see how it goes. All right. Nope, didn't change the color of the text. Oh, that's because it's underneath the picture. I want to take my text, pop it up there, and then I can probably delete this layer, and then I want to grab some text. There we go. Stream starting soon. And then I can move it. And you see that purple line there? That lets me know that it's centered. Now, we have text in the background and this text on top of it, so let's make this text a lot bigger. So if I go back into the text here and I triple click as many times as you can until it highlights. And then on the right hand side here, I can change the size of the text. So let's try 30. And then we need to move that back into the center. Make sure that purple line. All right, maybe a drop shadow on it. Maybe flat design. I never know if I want to do a flat design or if I want to add a drop shadow so it shows some contrast. I know drop shadows are kind of falling off the map. We don't really use them in web programming at all anymore, and the material design docs on Google don't really allow it. They don't want you to use drop shadows at all because the monitors nowadays are such high resolution that you don't need a drop shadow to distinguish it off of the screen. Back in the day when we had like standard definition TVs, they needed a drop shadow so that the text was readable because the pixels were so large and there were so few of them that a single pixel could be that entire eye on the starting, when now that's like 30 pixels on that dot on top of the eye. So the drop shadow really helped the text stand out. Maybe changing the color would help so it's not black on black because that text in the background is black. Let's try that. So stream starting soon. Let's grab the color here and let's do like a bluish. That actually kind of helps. What if I do a lighter blue? If I do white? No, white's awful. I do more of an electric blue. See if we can change some fonts here. So I have it in Laudo, which is just good. It's similar to what Apple uses. Apple uses the San Francisco font, SF UI display, and you can only get access to this if you're a approved Apple developer. Which is $100, you become an Apple developer, but you're technically not allowed to use it anywhere without their permission. So you can use it for mockups and stuff like that, but unless you get their permission to use it, you might get sued by Apple. And I don't want to get sued, so we're not going to use that. What's Myriad Pro look like? It looks almost identical to Laudo. This is the hardest part about finding fonts is they always look so similar. Bradley Hand looks like Comic Sans, so don't even touch that. I don't want typewriter. That's kind of cool. It almost looks like the font that's being used in the background there. Let's try that and let's just resize it. So if I triple click in there, I go to the font size and I want to go from 30 pixels, maybe 24, and then move it into the center here. All right, is it standing out enough for you guys? Let me know in the comments. This video is probably going to go up as an archive on my channel. So let me know in the comments if you like it. If you don't, let me know. If you're in chat, go ahead and drop a word in chat. If you're watching this, let me know if you like that. I know it's like, oh Jesus, 2:17 in the morning. Awesome. This is when I do my best work, when I'm delirious and haven't slept. Okay, let's go ahead and drop some of my links, my Twitter and stuff like that in there. Should I grab something for inspiration or just go freehand and see how it goes? Let's just freehand it. I'm feeling crazy today. So we're going to go Twitter logo and images. I want transparent background, so maybe drop PNG in there, and that's going to give me, most of these are just going to have a transparent logo. Is the bird or the T more in style now? Maybe the bird? Maybe not the blackbird. Maybe one that's the actual Twitter blue. Because that T almost looks like Tumblr now. Tumblr has a very similar font. Sure, let's grab this one. Save image as. Make sure it's in that same folder. Actually, it doesn't matter. I can save it anywhere I want. Nobody's the boss of me. We're going to do Twitter logo. Save. And we're going to drop it into Photoshop here. And, of course, it's huge. And we're going to shrink it down. Oh, don't do that. I learned a trick today from Barnacules. There is a way to keep the aspect ratio the same as we resize. And I can't remember how to do it now that I'm on the spot and I need to do it. Click resize here. He command clicked something, I think. So image. Well, it doesn't let me do anything in here. Transform. No. What if I click it in place, then go image, adjustments. Let me know in chat if you know how to do that. Image rotation, image size. Image size, I can just change it manually. And I want to keep this locked in. So if I change it to like 300, that should change the aspect ratio of it. Nope, that changed my entire picture. I just want the dang bird. All right, what if I hit shift? Hey, shift works. Nothing fancy. Good old shift, just like drawing a straight line in Microsoft Paint back in the day. I'm going to drop my Twitter in here and then text. Oh, yeah, place it. Keep it there. Now, that might need a text shadow or a box around it or something like that later, but right now I'm just going to drop in my Twitter, which is, I think, the Dabbling Dev. Well, at the Dabbling Dev. The Dabbling Dev. And let's go ahead and change that font size because we don't want it the same size as the header there. 16 point. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and group those together so you can't see my face cam's in the way. All right, I'm just going to move this up here for this second here, and I can go ahead and grab the folder way down here, and that creates a group, and I can drag things together. So I'm going to drag my Twitter handle and the Twitter logo together. Now, if I click on this group and click move, I can move that entire thing together, which is really nice. So if I want to resize it, I can just drag here, and it resizes the whole thing, which is super handy. And you can actually rename the group. If I can get it to work. Oh, I have to place the image first. Okay. I can rename the group here. Come on. There we go. Twitter. And now I know when I shrink this down, that whole group is all my Twitter stuff. The Twitter logo and my Twitter handle. And then let's see if I can throw in my Twitch, maybe on the other side here. It's the same thing, the Dabbling Dev or the Dabbling Developer. I should probably look this stuff up before I start typing it, huh? Let's see here. Yeah, let me look that up. I'm going to go off screen here. I have a second monitor that I'm working with, and I don't want you guys to be driven nuts by the sound and the crazy stuff going on Twitch's homepage. So I need to log out of my personal account and get into my business account. Let's see here. I believe it's the Dabbling Dev. Yep. All right. Cool. The Dabbling Dev. Let's go ahead and close Twitch. All right. So now I need the Twitch logo. Twitch logo PNG. And oh, that would be a cool touch to change the color of the font next to the logo to be the color of the font of the logo itself. So I'm going to grab this one here, twitch.tv, right click, save image as, or maybe the color, keeping the color consistent would be good. So we're going to go Twitch logo clear. Save. Drop it in. Good. Way too big. That means sampling it down won't be a problem. And should I put it here? Or should I drop it on the other side? Or should I make it kind of catty-cornered in here? I want to make sure you guys can see it. Oh, I have an idea. Let's see if I can move the center picture over a bit. So, yep, click that in place. Stream here. Move that over. So now his head's not in the way. And then I can write my Twitch handle right there. And it doesn't look so bad. I'm probably going to want to change the font, though, because it's starting to blend in as the fonts get smaller. Oh, designing. Let's go the Dabbling Dev. Is there any, should I do it? / twitch.tv / the Dabbling Dev, or will you guys understand this means the Dabbling Dev on Twitch to look for me there? Let me know, guys. Because this is for you. I'm building this for you. This is not, well, it's kind of for me. It's going to help me out. It's going to help you guys out, but I guess everything's kind of for you. So, what if I did something like this? And then grab this guy here, the Twitch logo, and clicked it. Not the center of it. I want to move the whole dang thing. Okay, move that over there. And then I can place that in, grab the Dabbling Developer here. Oh, I never moved my camera. You guys can't see a darn thing I'm doing. Well, you kind of can. I guess the top isn't that important. The bottom, I guess, is more important. I'll leave it up there. Still playing around, still trying things out. Bear with me. Back in Photoshop here. Dabbling Dev. That doesn't look bad if I centered that guy again. All right, back into him. Move his butt over. It's funny, too, because that doesn't look anything like me. But I guess it's close enough. All right, right in the center. All right, so I'm going to click the cursor here because it gets rid of all my guidelines. And I'm going to kind of stand back a little bit and I'm going to look at it. And I'm going to zoom in, make it real big, make sure that it doesn't distort at all. And if it does a little bit. What do you guys think? Should I change that font? It's kind of blending in. It's kind of hard to read against that black text because I guess text on top of text is a terrible idea. When you're actually trying to draw over something or erase something that you wrote in pen, don't do scribbles or lines through it or stuff like that. If you just write other words or other random letters on top of it, it's actually even harder to read. And so I'm trying to make something super easy to read by doing the one way it's easy to get something to not be legible. I think it's time to change the font. I'm not liking it. Let's get rid of this. Let's change. Andela Mono, you had your shot. You failed me. I mean, Gotham Black is easy to see, but it doesn't really go with the whole coding motif. I know I want something thick, but I also want it to look good and modern and not necessarily something that's coming off of like a 1950s coffee shop. That's a little too round. Is there? Maybe there's a font that's like code font. You see anything that you like or you have a font suggestion, let me know in the comments because this will probably be archived, or let me know in chat right now. Oh, there we go. I'll change it to this. Nobody have any idea what's going on. Stream starting soon. That one's kind of cool, but again, I think it's going to be harder to read once the font gets smaller. That's not bad. What is that? Bebas New? Let's try getting that bigger and seeing how that works. 36. I mean, that's really legible, especially this big. I want to go ahead and center it. Maybe move it up a bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and create another group here. I know I'm jumping around a lot, but that's how my mind works. I get something working like, oh, okay, cool, let's change everything. Grab another group, and I'm going to put it on top of Twitter. I'm going to drag in the Twitch logo for it and my Twitch handle in there as well. And then rename the group Twitch. Organization. That way when I come back to change it, I know what the heck is going on. And then I can grab my Twitter group here and make sure it's equidistant from each thing. So see how there's the same distance between streams starting soon and my Twitter box, and the same distance from my Twitter box to the Dabbling Dev, my Twitch box here. Now it's time to go in and change those fonts. And what we did, Bebas New. It's a cool thing about Photoshop is it has the font saved to the top, the ones that you just used. So how does that look? All right, now we have some real estate here. We can make it bigger because the font's a little smaller than before. I think 24 is too big. Let's go 18. What do we think? Better? Worse? I don't know. It's still hard to read with the text behind it. Maybe I will drop in a drop shadow. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's change up the text here to that Bebas New. Bebas New. And we need to move it over because now it's super far away from the Twitch logo. I have no idea what's going on. And that's about centered. I can grab that whole group, and now I can actually have them next to each other. Don't know if that helps at all. But the Twitch one is way too small, so let's change that to the 18. That's the same as the Twitter. The Twitters. And let's go ahead and move it around. Need that, and we can move the text for the Dabbling Dev. Kind of droning on here, guys. I'm fading. I'm getting tired. I might have to pick this up tomorrow. Okay, so it's 3 pixels from there, 3 pixels from there. And what do we think? Well, they're not centered. That looks ugly. But it's something that is getting closer. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's select both groups. So shift click, I have both groups here, and I'm going to move them so they are centered on the screen. Let's move them down a bit. All right. Save, because I haven't saved in a while and I'm paranoid. I remember back in the days where you had to insert a floppy disk to save, so I am paranoid about saving. That bird needs to get bigger. Let's go Twitter logo, sorry. And let's make that shift. Let's make it a tad bit bigger. I'm just moving it. Awesome. Moved all my spacing. Command Z. All right. Go here, shift. I just wanted to be a wee bit bigger. Okay. A little bit bigger. It's matching more of the size of the Twitch logo on the other side there. So shift click again. Grab the whole thing and center it back. This wording here, I can move to the left a little bit. So it's, because this, it may say 3 pixels, but it doesn't look 3 pixels. As much as Photoshop wants to lie to you, always trust your eye. Let's move that there. Make sure it's centered-ish. 18 point, 18 point. Grab this. Hey, that's looking decent. I mean, the color might be a little weird. And the fonts might be a little weird. And it's kind of hard to see against the black. But it's better. I had nothing. I had a big white screen when we started here. Well, I'm doing coding most of the time. Maybe I should put some like angle brackets around it or some curly brackets. Maybe that would add something to it. Some pizzazz. So, what if I do something like this? That way, ooh, that also separates this from this. I am liking that. I'm going to Twitch, going to my text here. And these curly brackets actually aren't bad looking in this font. And of course, now all my spacing's messed up. Let's change that. Oh boy. All right, so I want to grab the Twitter logo, and I'm just going to move that a bit this way. And the wording, my handle here, move that a bit that way. And Twitch, let's go grab the Twitch logo and move it a bit this way. And let's grab Twitch channel, move it about this way. Maybe at the bottom I'll put my YouTube link to my YouTube channel. Because that's kind of where the majority of my videos get posted. All my tutorials, my breakout videos, the stuff that I spend a whole lot of time working on for you guys, they go on my YouTube channel. Twitch is a great place to see me do some of the off-the-wall stuff, and I'm going to try to broadcast both to YouTube and Twitch at the same time when I do live streams, but that might not always happen. But you will always see it on YouTube at least. If not live, back when I archive it, because I like to put everything on YouTube. That way I have a record of it, and I can show you guys kind of what's going on, and there's an entire course there. There's a Roblox course from start to finish. It's all on YouTube. You know it's going to be there. You know when I post. Well, I try to post every Monday, but who knows what happens on Sundays. Sometimes I get lost. I end up in Vegas. I'm just kidding. I don't like Vegas. Vegas is not for me. But, you know, sometimes life happens, and I don't get it up, but I try. I try my best to get it up there. So let's go ahead and recenter this stuff. So back into Twitch, shift click, and center it. Equidistant there. It's looking equidistant. I mean, the Photoshop isn't going to pick up where the top of this guy's head is, but what I can do is throw in some guides. Guides are rulers that you can throw on the screen that allow you to make sure everything's square, make sure that it's equidistant, that like this head, this guy sitting here, in Photoshop, it's not a separate element. It's all part of this background image. In order to read whether this is equidistant from stream starting soon and the head, I need to throw in some guides. So I'm going to go to View, New Guide, and I'm going to do a horizontal guide. And then I'm going to drag it where I want it, which is at the top of this dude's noggin. So can I get it more precise? Right there. Oh, my eyes are tired. I can barely see that. All right, let's move it. You know what? That is good enough. And then I'm going to grab View. I'm going to grab another guide here. New guide. I'm going to do another horizontal guide. And I'm going to drag it right underneath the stream starting soon. Now you can see that this is a little too close to the head and not close enough to stream starting soon. So I can actually move it and get it placed more in the center there. Now Photoshop, you're not helping me out at all here. Thanks a lot. I put the guides in for a reason, but at least it gives me a visual representation. I can kind of line it up a bit better. Okay. I think that's good. So we're going to do View. We're going to clear out the guides. Click on the cursor. Okay, it looks like there's a line running through the Dabbling Dev, but that could just be my eyes being exhausted and everything getting blurry. Last but not least, let's put in the YouTube link down here. I don't technically have youtube.com/thedabblingdeveloper yet. but I will soon, as soon as I get those 100 subscribers, because my channel is almost 30 days old. So subscribe below, guys. Comment on everything. Make sure you come back and check everything out. As soon as I get 100 subscribers, I'm going to add the YouTube link down here. I'm not going to add a generic YouTube link, the youtube.com/gobbledygook letters and numbers mixed together. I'm going to wait until I actually get the link, the youtube.com/the dabbling developer. But for now, I think this is looking good. I'm going to go ahead and export it. File, export, quick export as PNG. PNG allows the transparencies to stay transparencies. It's a good default format if you're going to export anything you create in Photoshop. Export it as a PNG. It just makes your life way easier down the road. If you export it as a JPEG and anything back there is transparent, it's going to come across as white and ruin all your work. So stream starting art.png, save it into my dabbling developers folder. And now I can come back into OBS later. Yep, I use OBS to stream. It's free and it's super cool to use. I actually followed Epos Vox's and Barnacules' tutorials on it. They were actually really good. They were like combined, they were like an hour, and it taught me the ins and outs really quickly on how to get up and running streaming, which is really cool. Like I said, guys, I think I'm calling it. I'm exhausted. I will see you guys later. If you liked this, like the video, subscribe to my channel. There's all sorts of more stuff that I like to do. Oh, I'm jabbering on and on. For the most part, it is tech related. It's coding. It's video game development. There's some Photoshop in here, like you can see here. Hopefully you found this useful, if not, at least a little entertaining as I fade off into delirium. But go ahead, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Smash on that like button. Just beat the heck out of the subscribe button. Tell your friends. My streams are PG at the worst. Most of the time they're G with some awful jokes. So check it out. I hope to see you guys in chat next time. I'll try to live stream as often as I can. Hopefully create a schedule. But yeah, see you guys next time.